I call this meeting to order on Tuesday, October 24th at 6 p.m. I ask that everybody that's in attendance here tonight to sign in. If you're going to testify for anything or give information, you'll need to be sworn in, and you'll come forward to the mic and speak as it's being recorded. So at this time we have 3 hearings. If anybody's going to speak tonight, please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. To get started, before we start, can I have a motion for our past business meeting on 9/26 on the minutes?
Motion to approve the minutes as presented.
A second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Tonight we have Andrew and Leslie Janlikowski, Jason and Jennifer Early, and New Realty LP LLC. And that's the order. So first off with Andrew and Leslie, someone want to come forward and state what you want to do. You have a variance request for a rear yard setback. Explain what you want to do.
Hello, I'm Leslie Jaglowski. We just want to remove the patio that we have in our backyard. It's crumbling and needs to be repaired, so we're going to remove it and add a much smaller deck, and we'd like to put a roof over the deck for shade.
So this deck here, the 9-foot deck, is that the rear of your house?
Correct.
That deck exists currently, right?
No, the patio does. It's the
lower level,
yes.
right, exists.
The patio's there, but they're going to remove the whole thing.
And they're going to square it off. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, where did this picture come from?
That was an example that DBC Builders included with our proposal, and that is similar to what we're looking to do.
Did they say where it came from, though? Or?
It's actually one of our neighbors' homes.
In that development?
Yes, on Dorn Road.
Now you plan on covering it. You don't plan on enclosing it anytime in the future?
No, not at all.
It's going to be elevated off the ground like this one?
No, because our yard is not a walkout.
So you'll be at ground level, basically?
Yes.
At like 8 or 10 foot for your ceiling height, whatever it's going to be from the ground?
Yes.
One question.
Wait a minute, what you just said, how far down does this come then?
The roof?
Yeah.
It's going to...
or how far up, I should say. How far up is this deck going to be?
It's going to be underneath our second story windows. So I assume that's probably 9 or 10 feet.
It's a single story?
Yes.
Yeah, because the one that you showed here is a 2-story.
Their house is single story. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay.
Our house is a 2-story, but that example was built on a walkout basement, so there were essentially 3 stories.
But in essence, in this one, if this had just siding on it on the bottom, that would be like your house.
Yeah, we just won't have that underneath part.
Okay. But you will have this concrete pad down there.
No, they're taking the concrete pad out.
Okay, you're not going to have anything underneath.
No. Just, I'm assuming maybe some rocks or grass or something.
Okay, landscape art.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't think we have any questions for you. Do we have anybody in the audience that wants to speak in favor or opposed?
My name is Chad Eastman. I'm the president of the Trails at 5 Point, the HOA where Leslie lives. We have no issue with what she wants to build. She has our full approval. She wants to continue with her plans as is, and we'll leave it up to the board to make a final decision.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, can I get your name again?
Shad, spelled S-H-A-D-D, Eastman, E-A-S-T-M-A-N.
And forgive me, I have to write the decision, so I gotta make sure I get people right. What is your position?
I'm the president of the Homeowners Association with the Trails at 5 Points.
Thank you, sir.
Do you need his address?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, do I have a motion on this variance on a setback?
I'd like to make a motion to accept this, this request and to make sure that it's noted in our decision that there's no plans to enclose either the top or the bottom without coming back here to get an approval on that.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Variance is removed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Something. Next up, Jason and Jennifer Early. You're looking for a variance request on a front yard setback on a collector road. Somebody please come forward.
Hi, Jason Early, 2585 Hershey. My wife and I are looking to add a small front porch to the house, predominantly for safety of egress in and out of the home. We have some elderly family members that come to the home regularly. We have no covered space in front of the home. We are also a licensed foster care family with the County of Erie. So we have mandatory meetings once a month at the home with anywhere from 3 to 10 people in attendance at each meeting. And in the winter time, it was really quite a challenge, you know, with a larger group of people coming to the home. Like I say, every month they have to be there by state law, whether the weather's good or bad, it doesn't matter, they're there. So that created a lot of real issues for us. So we're looking for a variance. The home currently sits at 80 feet from the street, where it's 100 is what the front yard setback is. So we're looking for another 15 feet to be able to get, the porch is 8 feet deep with a couple of steps down to get us off the porch and stuff. We're looking for the 15-foot variance to be able to put the 10-foot wide by 8-foot deep front porch covered on the house. So.
Mr. Early, is there any plans for a sidewalk in front of that house to
Yes.
get to there?
Yes.
What is the size of that porch again, please?
It's 8 feet deep and 10 feet wide.
Do you have any more questions? I have a question for our zoning officer. On Hershey Road, is there any projected plans for Hershey Road down the road, widening that to another lane, turning lane, anything there that would affect this? Do you know?
No, not on Hershey Road.
I don't think we have any more questions for you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else want to speak?
I did have one more question, if I may.
Okay, yeah. Jason? More other question.
You said 10 by 8, that the documentation here says 12 by 10? I was a little confused.
You can call it up.
Were you
It says
including
in
the,
order to construct a 12 by 10 covered patio.
were you including the stairs maybe?
I think we were including the steps down, but yeah, there it is there, 8 by 10.
Okay. Our documentation says 12 by 10, but all right. Thank you.
So
We're looking at 8 foot coming out from the house, right?
right. Does that still work for the 65 feet?
65 feet factors in a 15-foot variance.
So he's got another 7 feet steps.
But the steps aren't covered though, are they? Are the steps going to be covered?
No,
They're not perfect.
no, I thought we needed room for the steps and the walk. You were asking about the walk coming across, so yeah, there was 2 feet of steps and 4 feet of sidewalk. It was 6 feet on top of the 8, put us at 14, and we said 15 feet.
So let's get it clear what the variance is going to be stated.
There'd be no variance needed for the sidewalk, there'd be no variance needed for the stairs. There would be a variance needed for the deck, or the porch.
Which is 8.
So it's 10 by 8, the variance is 8 feet.
Yeah.
And what's the distance from the center line now?
Justified 80 feet.
80.
So he's figured in his picture, he figured 15 foot.
So, I mean, would you have like,
So you have
you'd
and it's from 100 feet, right?
have 72, you'd have 72 feet instead of 65, right? So the variance would be 8 feet, the remainder would be 72 feet. If we have 80.
Correct.
Okay. All right, I think we're good.
Okay.
Do I have a motion for this variance on that change of the setback?
Oh, you won't get to it.
You're the one that had the details on the measurements. Go ahead.
All right, I'd make a motion that we accept this, this request for an 8-foot variance to the current measurements from the center line of Hershey Road to build an 8-foot deep and 10-foot wide covered front porch for this particular property.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
There's nothing to say.
No.
Variance approved. We have new Realty LP LLC, New Motors, on a variance for a front yard setback from center line of Peach Street for a freestanding sign. I believe regarding the change from a 10-foot clear span.
Yep. Yeah, I'm Alan Yingling. I'm the owner of New Realty LP and New Motors right down the street on Peach Street. You can see from the renderings, we're looking to add a Volkswagen pylon sign at our entrance of our dealership. Right now, we currently do not market all of the brands that we have at the dealership. So I'm asking for a variance to allow us to add one more sign so that we can promote all 3 brands that we offer at the dealership.
This sign on this exhibit is not a pylon sign.
That's how they classify it from the vendor, from the sign vendor. So they said, yeah, they sent me the brochure. They consider, that's what that there, they consider a pylon, and the other they consider a pylon. They consider a monument sign. They're usually wider and eye level. Anything that's freestanding, thinner, and taller, they consider to be a pylon. So I pulled up the brochure. That's a European pylon, and then the other one's called a twin pole pylon.
So which one are you getting?
Yeah, which one would you be considering now?
I would purchase either of them. I'm open to any ideas. If we have, I know, concerns that were brought up about visibility. I'm open to either of them. The cost difference is the cost of, as crazy as it sounds, that sign right there is a lot more expensive, even though it's probably a lot less material. But in the other picture you pulled up, that European pylon sign, it's thinner and taller. My eyes aren't that great. I think it's only 4 feet wide. It's not a very wide sign. So I did
5 feet 4.
Yeah, for number 3. Number 2 is a 12-foot sign. Height-wise, that's a 14-foot. I'm between the 2 of them, honestly, size-wise.
Yeah, for us to make a motion or to approve or not, we should know which one it is because we consider that this would be like a monument. The other one's a poles by our definition.
Yeah, I'm no signage expert. I just went off the brochure they sent me. You know,
so you need to tell us which one.
Right there, number 3. That would be my immediate.
Before we get the cart in front of the horse, let's figure out the sight lines and what we have before we consider what he would like to have. What we
go back
look at. That's
back to this. So if you put a monument sign there, your site, well, you're coming out still because that's back. That's back away from Peach.
Yeah. Do we have a measurement of like that green space out to the road on getting a car out to the road and Are we back from the edge of the road 20 feet so that it's totally clear for a monument? That would be my question.
So, yeah, can you go back to the picture?
Which one?
That one.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. This one?
Yeah, I guess my question would be, if we're gonna go from this point here to here, what is that distance for this to be, I call it, freestanding sign, you can see through it, opposed to.
Well, monument, but it's picking the monument sign, it's not gonna be there, it's gonna be
Yeah, it's gonna, yeah, it's gonna be full.
so it's gonna be blocked. But the trees are blocking too, so the sign is probably not.
Are there currently trees there?
There are, so what we're doing is we're actually removing the trees for visibility. Actually, I think the trees cause more of an issue when people go to leave than the sign does. So we're actually removing the trees right now. We have Brooks Landscaping at the dealership, and we're replacing them 1-for-1 with nice bushes to gain more visibility off of Peach Street.
As well as
Depending
widening.
on how high the bushes are.
Yeah, bushes grow high.
So, but is that the spot you think where you're gonna put this monument sign?
Yeah.
So you're right, when you see the distance from that, front of that sign.
Yeah, can we judge that distance somehow? Do we have anything?
Do have a Google Earth, usually they have you can click, if you go to Google Earth, you can click and drag your mouse cursor and it'll tell you the distance.
I'm gonna bring that really.
The widening.
Because of the PennDOT line. Yeah, in the picture, it looks like there's tons of space to pull out to the road.
There it is.
Yeah.
And where would you like to measure that?
I would say that if that tree's coming out, to me, that looks like the tree's about the line where it would go. Yeah, if we,
Near the edge of the road.
Right where the D is,
yeah, and then come out there to the edge, basically where the car would be pulling out for a site.
Here?
Yeah, I would think that far. No. 24 feet, cars 20 foot, plus you're ahead and you're driving.
Yeah, that should be, because you're out past the sign. Because the sign, the sign looks like it might go back where the tree's at.
Yeah, if you pulled it from that BMW sign that's there, that white sign,
Oh, yeah, let's pull that.
because we're gonna go parallel
Yeah,
from
that's
there.
not moving, that'll be pretty much right where it
Yeah, near the edge of the road.
be. Correct.
Right over the ditch.
Go to the white line.
We've had people try to drive that way too.
Perfect. Yeah, see that?
Yeah, that's
38 feet.
That's probably another usable space, but in the ditch probably. Go to the ditch.
Yeah.
Because
Just go back to the picture.
that's the space you're gonna.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second, we'll get this.
We're at, yeah.
Yeah, it takes that one.
All right, here we go.
All right, so let's change it. Start at the area.
Yeah, let's just go to the edge of the curve there,
The
basically.
edge of the ditch. The front, the back part of the ditch, technically, on the west side. Right there. Yeah,
25 feet.
So,
How much?
25 feet, 24.7.
yeah, so,
And then you have a little bit more on the other side, where you're coming out, because that ditch isn't there, obviously. So you gain a little bit more space up there.
yeah, and as we talked about the monument sign opposed to the pole signs and then this clear span, there appears there may be enough room for a monument sign. The question becomes is shrubs. If we're taking trees out, putting shrubs, and the shrubs are 4 feet, should the shrubs be, and can we dictate that at all on the shrubs being not to the edge of that driveway, or they can be further back from the sign and give you a clear space to see?
I can pass that information on to the planning commission who makes this decision on it.
We were gonna get something pretty low to the ground, that way it doesn't create any.
Well, not only logo, Alan, you gotta get it so it doesn't go butt up against the exit there. So in other words, you don't wanna go all the way up to here.
Correct, that's what I'm
You wanna bring it back.
We're bringing them in,
Yeah.
because we pulled up, I don't know when it's gonna happen, but we had talked about widening the drive, but in the PennDOT plan, they're adding a third lane, they're adding a turning lane there. So we don't know what side of the road they're gonna borrow from. Are they gonna go into my ditch? Or am I gonna get rid of my ditch? Or are they gonna go from the other side of the road? And we own the properties on the other side of the road. So we're trying to be a little bit proactive with that when we do the plannings and get it shifted down a little bit more.
So there is a plan for a turning lane there?
I think they got one down the street there.
All the way Robinson to Dorn.
Well, still, it's out beyond that ditch. We have to take it back to the ditch, kind of give us what we were looking about.
Exactly, okay, you got 25 foot there.
They can't go too far because we have too many, all our utilities run through that front grass. So I think PennDOT's gonna have to borrow from the other side of the road. I don't think they're gonna be able to steal much from my side of the road.
A question for Tammy now. If he goes to planning, he'll still have to maintain his green space, correct? Some way, shape, or form?
Yes.
Okay.
We're actually adding green space. You've been working with Kim Russell, have you? Yeah, we're adding a ton of green space right now, curved areas that we never had before.
I don't have any more questions.
I'm good.
Just for clarification.
Yeah.
You're asking for this monument sign to be located there,
Yes,
and you are moving the BMW sign, what, 90 feet to the north? 60 feet rather, to the north?
yep,
And replacing it in the same location depth-wise, and the same style of sign.
same exact sign, yeah. As long as it doesn't fall apart when we take it out.
And I had this, I had it marked on the type of variance. Is that the moving of the legal non-conforming structure is the second sign? So the question becomes, is this two variances or just all in one sweep?
It would be addressed in the decision, but I don't see that it's a separate variance. You're just moving one non-conformity to a different location. I still want it confirmed. I mean, technically that would be a special exception, but I'll address that in the decision if it's approved. I don't need a separate motion.
Okay. Apparently we have nobody else in the audience going to speak in opposition.
None of my competitors came? Oh, this feels great.
I'm surprised they're not here just to listen.
I know.
Okay, do I have a motion from the board?
Okay, I'll submit a motion that we accept this, this request for a monument sign that's not going to infringe upon the exits of the Volkswagen dealership, and that we approve the moving of the legally non-conforming sign, the BMW sign, 60 feet to the north, and replace it with a pole sign. I'm not sure though what we would do, Alan, if the thing did fall apart when you started to move it.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring out, I think Bart.
Might be a separate issue.
Separate issue, have them come out and inspect it first. Because the honest answer might be, we might have to just leave it there if that's the case. So I know you mentioned you have to address moving it, but depending on how old that frame, I don't remember when that permit was that we got that, maybe probably 2004, 2005.
Yeah, I think it was 2004.
So this motion would have, the variance would be 50 feet from the center line of their front display area instead of the 100, I believe it is. And also to make sure that no green space, go to the planning commission for green space approval in front of that sign to make sure that nothing's going to be blocking that exit on the Volkswagen dealership.
I think we're actively working.
Okay. Anything else?
Just, are you requiring it to be set back any amount from the road? We were talking about
It's gonna-
24 and 38 feet.
It should be set back parallel to the current sign.
It should have had a variance on the setback, I would have thought.
They said it was 50 feet from the center line in the front display area.
Yeah.
100 feet.
It should be 100.
50 feet.
Sorry.
No, that's it.
Did you get all that?
Yeah. Are we clear on the setback?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, because we didn't really discuss that.
About the setback from the center line of the road?
Yeah, let's just put this on hold as far as, what your motion is. Let's talk about that setback now.
Okay.
Can we do that? I mean, we need to discuss that.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't even see where that was marked on here. It was written in, we had the requirements listed, and the setback was supposed to be 100 feet.
structure. I already have a non-conforming structure.
125 from 19.
Okay, because in its second paragraph, so the current setback from the center line would put our new sign in the middle of the showroom. So we're asking for a variance to have a 15 to 20 foot freestanding monument style sign, approximately 50 feet from the center line of our front display area. So, 50 foot from your front display area, shown in drawings.
Yeah, 50 feet from the center line, so it'd be parallel with the existing BMW sign. So we measured off the BMW sign to center line.
And that's what it was?
Yeah.
That was 50 foot. So we had 24 foot to the ditch from that 50 foot.
Yep.
So it's 75 feet to the
I guess
center
we
line.
Yeah,
should try
it
to
might
get a,
So it's 75 to the center? Does that make sense?
And I apologize, because there's probably 50 feet from the edge of the,
let's just, Tim, if you can bring it back up and come from the center line of the road and come back and see where we are to the center line.
To the center line.
Yeah, just so we get an idea.
Okay, so we're doing the BMW sign to the side?
BMW sign to the center, the dot, the yellow line.
Right there?
Yep.
That would be about it.
54.
So it's about 50 feet from the center. That's okay.
So that is like a variance of 75 feet,
Seven.
Correct. For the
70
center.
feet. Was that stated anywhere in the listing here, or we just figured that out?
No, it's got it on the setback, well, it's in the, it's not in there, it's in our code.
Okay.
100 feet from center line of road, 75 feet from edge of right of way, the 50-foot road.
Yeah, because we can't go from 50 foot from the center line of the front display area, we have to do it from,
From the center line of Peach Street. It's 19.
okay, there, it's on this, okay, it's on the memo page on the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
all right. Do you have a majority of his motion here, and we can just add in that?
I got it all with the, now we're adding the additional requirement that it be 50 feet from the center of the road and parallel to the existing sign. And I'll probably add that it's approximately 38 feet from the edge of the current paved car path.
So in addition to the motion I was presenting, we want to add the 50 feet from the center line of the front street and, sorry, it's got, what's the second word?
Parallel to the
Yeah, I think you said, I think I had parallel to the existing BMW sign. I think I had that in the first part.
Yeah, so I think that's good, I understand it.
Okay. Sorry to be so confused.
No, that's fine. Do I have a second?
Oh, yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Variance approved.
thank you.
I move we adjourn.
I'll second that.
Amen. All right.
You approved it?
All right? I approved it, or,
Dwayne, second.